Hello, and thanks for tuning in. I don't know about you, but I absolutely love smoothies. I'm not talking about smoothies from, Starbucks or Caribou or the kind of smoothies that you get at an ice cream place. I'm talking about 4 real good, awesome, healthy smoothies that actually taste good and are really good for you. So every day I make a smoothie in my wonderful Breville blender from Bed Bath & Beyond that actually was a wedding present from Craig's Aunt Marge and family. Thank you so much, Aunt Marge. And she filled it with money when she gave it to us, which was really cool, although we did take the money out before we actually hit blend for the first smoothie that we made. So this last Saturday was no different. Actually, it was different because I hung Christmas lights, and that was really fun. But just going about my day, decided it's time for a smoothie, and I was actually about to go to our middle school and high school community dance program where some of our youth group kids are in, and Craig said he'd go early and save some seats, and I said awesome because I'm about to make my smoothie and I will bring it with me. And so I have to admit, I was a little bit in a rush, kind of like normal. I kind of try to fit as much as possible into my days. And so I grabbed the smoothie container from the dish rack. My husband had washed it for me, which was very sweet of him because he really gets grossed out by what I put in my smoothies and doesn't even like to look at it. But he washed it for me, which was so nice. And so I stuck it on the base, the big old strong motor, and I start dumping in my contents. I dump in 100% natural juice. I dump in fat-free plain yogurt, really good for you. And it was on sale this week, so that was awesome. I add in spinach, I add carrots, I add flaxseed. Now that all sounds nasty to you, but when you add in the 100% juice, it actually flavors it up a lot. And then I add bulk frozen fruit that I get at Sam's Club. Really good deal, and it's got pineapples and raspberries and peaches and mangoes, and it's awesome. And then I hit blend. But as I was going to hit blend and let Breville do its work for the next 60 seconds, I noticed that smoothie materials were gushing from the base and going all over the bottom and probably where the motor is. And I freaked out, and my husband was just about to walk out the door, and he said, "Ah!" And I froze, and I didn't know what to do. And Craig went and examined the situation, and he said, babe, and he held this up, and I realized I had never screwed in the bottom. And so I had put this on the base, on the motor, completely with no bottom. And so I freaked out, didn't know what to do, so he took the entire whole thing and he dumped it over the sink, and all the contents are going down the drain. Okay, long story short, I got really stressed out and my muscles started tightening and I started getting a headache because I was freaking out thinking that my $200 wonderful blender that I use every day is destroyed. And sure enough, after taking Q-tips to it and blowing on it to try to blow all the nasty junk out from the inside, I plugged it in the next day, and not only did it not work, it blew a fuse in our kitchen, and it made our microwave shut down, and it's really weird, and I'm not quite sure what's going on. But I destroyed my blender by not taking time to slow down and put the pieces together. I don't know, maybe it was just a fluke, and maybe if I had been taking my time and not rushing, maybe I still would have made that really silly mistake. But come on, I mean, hello. I'm totally bummed. I'm going to go to Bed Bath & Beyond this weekend, and I'm going to tell them the story, and I'm going to ask for mercy. I'm going to ask if they would consider giving us a new blender. Anyways, you can pray about that. But here's the deal. When a discouraging thing happens in my life like this, I mean, it could be a lot worse, but when something goes wrong like this, I often don't react right away, and I'll be upset, and I'll, be stressed, and I'll let it bother me. But when I finally come around and I take a deep breath, I say, God, what can I learn through this? Can you at least redeem this to turn out to be a good lesson? And as I was reflecting, and as Craig and I were talking about this and laughing about it, I just thought, how many things in life on a daily basis do I miss out on or not even fulfill completely or correctly, thereby missing out on it because I don't slow down? And I want you to think about that if you've gotten this far in my video and felt bad for me and decided that you'll make sure you always double check your smoothie container before making a smoothie. If you've gotten this far, I'd ask you to consider, are you slowing down enough to reflect on this season, specifically the Christmas season? Man, I know it's busy. Now that I have a house here, which I'm super excited about, I've been decorating a lot, every room. And look, here, I have a phone call. I'm not going to get it. But so many things are happening all the time. We just came from a choir concert. Craig's now working out. I've taken a stray cat under my wing. Not my wing, my arm. All kinds of Christmas parties to go to, all kinds of Christmas gifts to shop for. And if anyone ever gets stressed out, it always seems to happen in the Christmas season. So that kind of stinks, doesn't it? It shouldn't be that way. The Christmas season is when we should slow down the most and reflect on what God has done for us. I think of Psalm 46, verse 10. It says, "Be still and know that I am God." Be still and know that I am God. I'm guilty. I'm not still very often. You can ask anyone who knows me well. Maybe you don't even have to know me very well to know that I'm always on the go, and I think I miss out sometimes. And I think sometimes that's going to be to our great disadvantage. Things are going to go wrong because we're not taking time to slow down and to be still. So I hope you got something from that. If anything, you learned a great smoothie recipe, but it will not work if you don't attach the bottom. Thanks for tuning in. Merry Christmas.